In the last lesson, we talked about expressions. We talked about the operators and expressions. So let's look at control structures now. So introduction to control flow. A control flow refers to the order in which statements are executed in a program. So that's the flow of the program, the flow of program. So which order? Is it sequential? Because there are different types of control flow. It could be sequential, conditional, or iterative. Sequential statements are executed in a top to down order, top down, from top to down, one after the other. So that's in a sequence. While a conditional statements or conditional execution of statements is based on conditions or logical expressions. So that's when you're giving the computer a condition on which a particular program can be executed. Say, for example, when you log into some websites, they ask if you are up to 18, right? Or if you're in a certain range, are you part of this community or something? So they are going to ask you certain questions. So if this question, if you answer the question correctly, they let you access the website. So that's a condition. They're giving computer a condition before it can execute a particular program. So that's when we use a conditional statement or conditional execution of statements. While the iterative statements are executed repeatedly based on a computer. Let's say you want to print out a times table, or you want a particular program to continue running till a particular till it prints out a particular result you're looking for. Just keep running this project. Keep running this. Keep calculating, right? It will just continue doing that and running it repeatedly, continues in that cycle till a condition is met before it can stop. So that's that's the iterative control flow. So it keeps going repeatedly till a condition is met or based on a condition. Using if statement for decision making. So just like the syntax. So this is syntax basically. If condition, if the user is up to 18, then code block, print eligible, print this, or allow access, or login. I'm giving like a real life example. So here, for example, here it says if the condition is true, the code block inside the if statement is executed. Otherwise, it is skipped, just like I mentioned. Else and else if, okay? This is the additional branches for handling alternative condition. So if not, if the person is not up to 20 years, else if he's up to 13, you know, if else if he's up to 13, display welcome, or you just put a different block of code that can be carried out depending on the age range or depending on the condition that you put in place. So you're just going to execute a particular code depending on the condition. If they meet a particular criteria, it would execute that code. If not, it will skip to the next one. So implementing loops for repetitive tasks. So we have a for loop, and the for loop executes a block of code a specified number of times. So it keeps executing this code till for the number of times that you specified for it to execute. Yeah. While the while loop executes the block of code as long as the specified condition is true. So it can run for a long time as long as it is true. Else, if it becomes false, it stops immediately. So do while loop. These are different types of repetitive tasks and loops. So do while loop is similar to the while loop, but the block of code is executed at least once before the condition is checked. The flowchart symbols are the graphical representation of an algorithm or of the process, the workflow, the program execution. So that's what the flowchart symbols represent. So the oval shape is used to represent the start of the flowchart, the start and the end, and it also represents the start and end of program execution. The parallelogram is used for input and output operation. The rectangle is used to represent the processing, maybe arithmetic operations or any data manipulation. So this is a decision symbol. The diamond symbol shape is used to represent decision making. So while the arrows shows flow, the flow of the logic, connecting different symbols in the flowchart. The circle symbol is for page connector. It's used to connect one operation and the other. So those are the major ones. These other ones mm, are not frequently used, like this one for predefined process. They're not frequently used, but they are there. They still have their uses. So now this is for a sequential flow of a program. Let's say a program that does not need any kind of decision or iteration in it. So it's to just flow from top to down, from top to bottom, and then end. While this one involves conditional statement where there has to be a decision around here. So after starting the process, starting the program execution and then the process, it'll have to make a decision. Let's say for voting, on a voting site, you log into a voting site and they say enter your name. Then you enter your name. Then the next thing is enter your age. Now, after entering your age, the computer will check, is this user up to 18 years? So this is the decision. That's the decision making. If yes, continue with the sign up process. If no, they will just throw you they'll display like a message. Sorry, uh you are not allowed. Users below age 18 is not allowed on this website, or is not allowed to vote, something like that. So that's the decision making we're talking about. So let's quickly go into our Visual Studio Code and see how this can be represented in codes, using codes, right? Let's see how they can be represented using codes. Okay, let's start with a simple one. So after starting, let's say let age equal to 18, right? Then you're going to check, this is the condition. Now, say age, if age now is greater or equal to 18, what should we do? We open parentheses and close it. Now, when I'm writing code, you're understanding it because of the way I'm explaining it, and I've explained this thing, so it is easier for you to understand when I'm writing it. So I see how I am speaking in English, but I'm writing the codes, so for you to understand the process now. So you see console log, just print a message. You are eligible. You are eligible to vote. Right? This is right. Eligible to vote. So this is like a straight. This is decision making. It's a conditional statement where you have to make a decision after getting the user's age, right? So for the else, if you're going to include the else, this is just for if. This is just an if statement. Instead of using it, let me just start a different one. I'm not going to define the age again since it's already defined. So I'm just going to use the else statement, right? So it's saying if the person is up to 18 years, print this one. Else, that means if the person is not up to 18 years, just tell them you are not eligible to vote. As simple as that. you are not eligible to vote. So if I go to add, please don't forget to add a semicolon. Although console would run anyway, but it's still good practice to include your semicolon when you are coding. So let's run our program and see what it's telling us. What did it tell us? So since it is 18, it's telling us you are eligible, you are eligible, you are eligible. So let's put age. Let's say 16. Now age is 16, right? Now let's print this. Let's run this code again. Look at it. You are not eligible. You are not eligible to vote because now age is 16. Now you see that variable, this variable can change, right? The variable can change during program execution. That is why it is called a variable. I'm trying to bring back what we've learned so far, right? We said that a variable is a name given to a container. Now, this container is representing a computer memory location. This location has been assigned to this variable that is this 16 now, this age. So it is already taking up space in a computer memory. So, and this value can change during program execution, right? So we're saying now that check, make a decision. If this person is not up to 18 years, just tell the person that you are not eligible to vote. So that's the decision making that I just showed you on the flow chart. Okay. And the if else statement can even continue. It can continue like longer than this. You can keep saying if else, else, if else, like in scores and all. So let's go to loop. Okay, let's treat the if else. Let's not be in a rush, right? So let's say, let's just do this again. Or let's start a different one. Score. Let's score equal to 85, or let's say 83. Right? Now let's make a decision. If the student score, if the score is greater than or equal to, sorry, or equal to 90, right? That means it is grade A. Now the grading system is school, right? That means it is grade A. This person, it means the person is really good, right? So let's say else if score is greater than or equal to 80, right? Say this person has grade B, right? Grade B, grade B. Yep. Else, oh sorry, after the parentheses, after the curly braces, make sure to close your curly brace when you're writing. You see, the Visual Studio Code automatically closes it for me. When immediately I type, I open a bracket or a curly brace, it automatically closes it for me so that I don't forget, because that can cause a whole lot of errors in code. It'll give you bugs and you'll be thinking, how did I get this bug? How are you trying to debug them? You spend so much time looking for missing curly brace. So for 70, that's it. If your score is 70, that means it is grade C. Yeah. So I'm showing you how to use else if, right? Else So should say grade. Let's say this is going to be our last grade, grade D, which is just pass, So let's run this program now. Right, let's run it. So since score is 83 now, score now is 83. What's it going to give us? We said if it is greater than or equal to 80, that means it's grade B. So it's supposed to give us grade B. Yes, grade B, because it is 83. What if we give it 53? That means it is below 70 now. Now see what's going to give us. Grade D, which is just pass. That's quite poor. Let's say 93. 93 is supposed to give us an A. Yes. So our program is running just the way it should. Right? So these are for conditional statements. This is how you give conditions to your program, saying, okay, if this is this, do this. If this is that, do this. So this is how we do it. Okay, let's stay locked in and let's get it. Okay, let's go get it. Give this video a thumbs up, all right, and check out my previous videos. I'll see you in the next one.